There's no other greater feel than winning a race. When they go into the starting gate and it's one of your horses, there's a certain feel that you get that money can't buy, and that's what is so attractive about this industry. I am 5th generation horseman, 4th generation to run Claiborne Farm. We've been here since 1910. People will say, what do you want out of this? And I always say, I want to leave it better than I found it. So to do so, we have to make the proper decisions and get the right stallions and continue to breed champion racehorses. We were originally in Virginia. We started there right after the American Civil War in 1865. My great-great-grandfather bred the 1884 Preakness winner, Knight of Ellerslie. Apparently that really got him hooked on the sport, and his son, which was my great-grandfather, took a keen interest in building the farm, and then he's the one who ended up moving in here to Kentucky because his wife inherited this land that we're currently standing on, which is now present-day Claiborne Farm. We have over 100 employees. I mean, when you have 200 plus brood mares on the farm, and that translates into 175 foals and then 160 yearlings. So it's a very big operation. You have to have a lot of trust in your managers. It does feel like a team organization, like a sports team. There's so much that goes into getting a horse just in the starting gate, much less the winner's circle. You do the matings, you have the mares, you plan the matings, you raise the foals. 6 of the 13 American Triple Crown winners were conceived here. I'd much rather breed one that goes on to win than buy one that does. It's truly the heart of horse country here. It's always exciting when the Breeders' Cup, I say, comes home because this is the heartbeat of the industry. Our foal crop's around 18,000, and the majority of those foals are born here within probably a 100-mile radius or 50-mile radius. It's where all the good stallions are, the best mares, the best horsemen, horsewomen. It's always fun. This is Runhappy and War Front in this barn. This is our original stallion barn. This is the original barn. Said it's probably built in the early 1900s, and it's still standing strong. War Front's our stalwart here at the farm. He's heading into his 20th year. He's obviously gotten a little older now, but he still has that international appeal. He's had tremendous success in the United States and in Europe.
War Front's a really good stallion, very intelligent stallion, good breeding horse. Just a really pleasure to have around. He's a good buddy. He's a good buddy. He's one that you can trust, and he'll be there to turn out and do his best for you. We work good together. You've got to work good together. Good together just up here in the barn lot. You've got to work really good in the breeding shed to get along good with your stallions and for them to be happy. You don't want them to be sour and mean towards you. You don't want to mistreat them because you've got to work together with them.
This is Blaine. He's the 16-year-old son of Arch. He's out of a Seeking the Gold mare. Her name is Liable. This guy had 13 starts on the racetrack where he never finished worse than third. He had 9 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, winning just over $4.3 million on the racetrack. He's a 3-time Grade 1 stakes winner. He won the Stephen Foster, the Whitney Handicap, and the Breeders' Cup Classic. He's the only horse to have defeated Zenyatta in the Breeders' Cup Classic in 2010.
Blame on the inside, Blame gets the lead. Zenyatta on the outside, looking at Lucky. Blame, Zenyatta is flying. Blame trying to hold on. Blame and Zenyatta. Blame has won it ahead.
He's one of our favorites. He's just a great guy. There's nothing mean. Got a great head on him. Just a good boy to be around.
So this is Runhappy. He's by Super Saver out of Unbridled Mare, Bella Jolie. He is a champion 3-year-old sprinter. He's obviously been very well promoted by his owner, Jim McInvale. Every stud farm wanted Runhappy, and the reason we got him was because Mr. McInvale's daughter loved the movie Secretariat, and we told him that we'd stick Runhappy in Secretariat's stall if he came here, and that sold the deal. So this is our graveyard here at Claiborne. Goes back to the 1930s. We have Sir Galahad. He's our first stallion buried over there in the corner. Obviously the main attraction here is Secretariat. We get over 10,000 visitors a year that go on our tours here, and obviously the Secretariat's grave is probably the most photographed I'd say monument in central Kentucky. Around the Derby, it turns into a shrine. There's wreaths and roses and candies, and you see the pennies that are still on top of the grave, and that's his owner's name was Penny Chinnery, so people put pennies down in memory of her. I was only 2 months old when he passed, but you know, he obviously had been a great racehorse. He had plenty of chances to sire a lot of great racehorses himself. He definitely left his mark on not only the breed, but so many people's lives, one way or another.